Hey, have you ever struggled for your adult autistic child to, get going in the morning and not be tired all day? Well, this one little change helped my son. It's not perfect, but it really helped, and I'm going to share it with you right now. Hey, my name's Ben Blackman. This is the After Us Project. Thank you so much for joining me. So I just kind of wanted to talk to you about this because, and let me just say this first, this is not some miracle fix. I'm not into that. You know, sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes it does. More often than not, it does. So it used to be that when Evan would get up, especially when he was going to at school, when he would get up in the morning, he'd be just exhausted. And he, as soon as he got to school, there was this bean bag, and he would get in that bean bag and he'd sleep there. And I know he was sleeping for long periods of time at school, and it was just, I hated it for him. He'd gone through some years where he would wake up in the night and he would get up, he would start laughing. I mean, the kid would just start laughing, and then it'd be 2 in the morning. He's laughing and he's jumping back and forth and stuff, and it's hard to be mad at him when he's doing that, but he was just so funny. But then he got to a point where he would sleep, and then after that, it got to a point where he was staying up all night, or most of the night, and he was just exhausted. So I just kind of want to talk to you about that real quick. What happened was his mom actually suggested that we shift this one part of his routine. Now, his mom and I are divorced, but we communicate very well. We've been divorced for many, many years, but we talk every day about Evan and stuff. And she suggested this, and I was like, oh. She's like, hey, instead of doing this before bed, let's do this in the morning. And so we decided to give it a shot. And what it is the shower. I know that's not revolutionary, but it used to be that we would give him, make him take a shower at night before he went to bed. And so in retrospect, I'm thinking, of course, the shower's one of the things keeping him up. It's probably waking him up instead of soothing him and putting him to sleep. And I usually take a shower in the morning, so not at night or something like that. So that's what I do to wake up too. And so when we changed it from the night to the morning, that made all the difference in the world. Now, quick reminder, if you're trying to figure out what works for your autistic adult child and you like hearing what's actually worked, in my house and what hasn't, because I don't want to just share the wins. There's things, we want to kind of talk about that didn't work out, then please hit the subscribe button and don't miss the next video. All right, so let me just tell you again, the reason it worked is because obviously the shower was at night was overstimulating, and in the morning it helped him reset and start his day and know it's time to get going. Now, it was just better timing, so we did the same thing, we just timed it differently. So the results that I noticed were he was more tired at night, okay, instead of just being wide awake. And he never really had resistance to bedtime. That's never been his issue. But, I could hear him in bed, and I could tell that he was going to sleep earlier and earlier. Now, it's not perfect, but it's progress. And it's not a big strategy. It was just a small shift. And I tend to find that that's what works, these small shifts. Stuff that we don't have to buy, not some new therapy, not another supplement. I mean, all this stuff, it was just these little things like this when I'm just kind of paying attention and being open to it that tend to really be super beneficial. And again, his mom's the one that suggested it. I probably he'd still be taking one at night if if she hadn't suggested it. And so we just have to kind of be open to hearing these things. And so that's really about it. I just want to kind of talk about that routine. All right. Again, if that was helpful, please subscribe, and I'm going to catch y'all on the next video.